10. Now was Salaman in his prime of growth, his cypress stature risen to high top, and the new blooming garden of his beauty began to bear, and Absal longed to gather, but the fruit grew upon too high a bough, to which the noose of her desire was short. She too rejoiced in beauty of her own, no whit behind Salaman, whom she now began enticing with her sorcery. Now from her hair would twine a musky chain to bind his heart, now twist it into curls, nestling innumerable temptations, doubled the darkness of her eyes with surma, to make him lose his way, and over them adorn the bows that were the bows that were to shoot him then. Now to the rose leaf of her cheek would add fresh rose, and then a grain of musk lay there, the bird of the beloved heart to snare. Now with a laugh would break the ruby seal, that locked up pearl are busied in the room, would smite her hand, perhaps on that pretense, to lift and show the silver in her sleeve, are hastily rising clash her golden anklets, to draw the crowned head under her feet. Thus by innumerable bridal wiles she went about soliciting his eyes, which she would scarce let loose her for a moment, for well she knew that mainly by the eye love makes his sign, and by no other road enters and takes possession of the heart, burning with desire. Zuleika. Built a chamber wall and ceiling, blank as an untarnished mirror, spotless as the heart of Yusuf. And then she made a cunning painter multiply her image round it, not an inch of wall but echoed with the reflex of her beauty. Then amid them all, in all her glory sat she down, and sent for Yusuf. She began a tale of love, and lifted up her veil. From her look he turned, but turning, wheresoever ever saw her, looking at him still. Then desire arose within him. He was almost yielding, almost laying honey on her lips, when a signal out of darkness spoke to him, and he withdrew his hand and dropped the skirt of fortune. Well, we're not talking about the bigotry here, where, oh, it's all about the woman, how the woman has to be modest and well-behaved and all that. So does the man. The man looks away when someone's immodest. The woman should look away when somebody's immodest. They shouldn't, even when there is modesty, they shouldn't, focus on what they shouldn't have. It wasn't that Yusuf had desires, but he didn't have desires or something. It's that he would have thought about going along with it if he wasn't saved from thinking about going along with it. And he was definitely given that opportunity. But, okay, here's a woman. She's uncovering part of her hair. You don't have to cover the face, except like when it's a storm or something, some stereotypical Arabian bottle that you see in the illustrations. You have the checkered design in the background, but this is vertical, not to play with. It wasn't for a game there. And is there a couch, or is that just all her pomp that's being displayed, hanging off? Or is she getting off of the bed, or what's going on there? I don't know. There was 4 women in the background, different poses. Kind of think you of like a mother, maybe Earth sort of thing, and maybe the one with the right hand over the head and left hand down. Is that like a fire? Is that like an Earth air thing, maybe? No, the air thing is the hand, that left arm is hanging a little bit down and more up towards the air. So you get water, fire, air, and earth. One hand up, one hand down. I mean, if one's going to attribute some sort of elemental thing to it, I don't know.